What is going on, guys? The countdown for the Schwab ETF share split is counting down. It is October 7th as I'm recording this video, and we are just 2 or 3 days away from this split going into place. So let's go ahead and look at this article. Someone posted on Reddit. They had a question about SCHD splitting. So SCHD just announced there will be a 3-to-1 stock split after market close on October 10th. At current prices, this would make SCHD trade at $27.79 per share. Will this be good for the ETF? What are your perspectives and analysis? Are you staying or moving to other ETFs? So as far as like my perspective, the only real valuable thing with this is, to amplify the number of shares that you have. So you'll then be able to leverage them, being like, if you're an option seller, you can sell more covered calls. Now, however, the share price is going to decrease. So the value of each option that you sell is going to be less valuable. But in theory, you'll be able to sell, 3 times as more as you did previously. So that is a pro. As far as the value of your underlying investment, it's not going to change at all. Just the number of shares is going to multiply. So as far as that goes, it's going to be identical. There's just going to be some numbers, obviously fluctuating, changing. A share is going to be going from $87 to $27 or whatever it is currently. I'm not real familiar with it. I think it's like $84. Let's look at some of the comments here and see what people are saying. Yeah, so they mentioned 24 other ETFs are also splitting. I think SCHD is actually 4 for 1. Yep, that is definitely true. I'm pretty excited about that one because that is a growth play, and I'm all about growth at my current stage in life. They want to help the $25 paycheck investors and people who can't buy partial shares feel like they're progressing, getting them to look at their assets. That's probably a good move psychologically. Yeah, absolutely. Back in the day, fractional shares didn't used to be as accessible, but now a lot of brokers allow it. Obviously, I did notice on Schwab's platform that the only fractional shares that they offer are like S&P 500 stocks and mutual funds. I don't think you can invest, ETFs, partial shares, or anything like that. So this could be a reason why that they would want to implement something like that. Yeah, things where people investing in ETF are recurring investing. Yeah, so just kind of these people think it's kind of tailoring to the smaller retail investors. Yeah, just more of like a psychology implementation. And, I think it's a smart move, across the board. I think it's going to ultimately help them accomplish what they're going to do or what they're hoping to do, which is increase their assets under management. You have to understand that a lot of these big fund managers, that's how they make their money, right? They increase their AUM. And if they can theoretically cut the price of, their shares, it could create some excitement, create some psychological, motivation for investors. So yeah, I think overall, I think it's going to be a good move for them. As far as it's going to help the performance of the fund, I don't think so. I think we're actually looking at, the market potentially pulling back a little bit. It definitely pulled back some today. But it'll be interesting to see. Most of the time, for individual stocks, the stock kind of pulls back a little bit after stock splits and stuff like that. But since these are like ETFs, I don't think it's going to be, as applicable. This guy says, anything to make a stock or fund easier to buy without fractional shares makes them more accessible to consumers and thus more likely to be bought up and appreciate. Yep, absolutely. It's a no-brainer move. I don't know why more friends and stocks don't split anytime this stock ticker price gets near $100 a unit. Yeah, it would be incredible to see SPY or some of these more liquid funds get split, obviously, because that just opens up the world for options. And that'd be great. Vanguard needs to learn from Schwab. If VOO and did a 4 or more split, I think it would be very more popular. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think, it would be awesome to see some of these shares. Yeah, I think it would be good. Obviously, I think there's probably pros and cons to both of it. And the cons would be it would just kind of overinflate the market, or it's not going to necessarily change the value of the market per se. But as far as options go, it would just kind of amplify everything. I think it would be kind of a whirlwind to unpack there. Not to mention that the cool thing about the stock market as well is it's scalable. Whenever you have these big fund managers moving a lot of money around, it's a little bit easier to obviously distribute their funds into a higher paying investment. Just my opinion. But yeah, so no impact for the holders. Obviously, kind of what I mentioned before. Splitting the stock does not change any investor's claim on the underlying assets of the fund. It's just a way to reduce the share price. Yep. The only people this will affect is the fund provider. A lower share price could encourage more retail investment into the fund. If you hold SCHD, this has no impact on you. You should only care about the underlying assets. Absolutely. Well said. Yeah, so it could be a liquidity thing. Yeah. Yeah, these are all good, great insights on all of these. What did this guy say? It's helpful if you invest at Schwab since they don't support fractional shares outside of DRIP. Yeah, so here's a, the guy says, bingo, Schwab is, I don't get why people don't move to better brokerages. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, but guys, that's going to probably be it for today's video. I just kind of wanted to bring some light and some different perspectives on this share split specifically with SCHD, but it is, the same kind of idea with all of these other Schwab ETFs that are getting ready to go into effect. As high level picture, there's not going to be a big change as far as, the value of your investment. It is just changing the instrument vehicle, right? It's still going to hold the same amount of the stocks within it. And that's really something that you really should probably be focused on. If there's stock splits within those, then that's kind of definitely a bigger deal there. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe down below. Helps out the channel a lot. And please like and comment, give any feedback, insights down below. It would be greatly appreciated to hear some feedback from our viewers. And then, yeah, we can go from there. All right, guys, appreciate it. Thanks for watching.